In this video, I'll show you how to use the Signway digital signage CDMS to manage your media content, your devices, and how to create playlist. All right, let's log in. Once you log in, you land here in the dashboard. The dashboard gives you some statistics and quick links to the different areas of the CDMS platform. Right here on top are the main areas. The ones we're going to cover today are media, program, and player. Let's start with media. The media section is where you manage your content. You can upload your images, your videos, music files. You can upload different types of files, such as PowerPoint presentations, Excel spreadsheets, PDF documents, and so on. The most common media types are images, and with images you can upload a JPEG, a PNG, PNG, and a GIF. If you're uploading video, you can upload formats such as MPEG, AVI, RM, .dat, .mov, 3GP, MP4s, and a lot of different other formats. To upload music, you can also upload MP3, WMA, OGG, AAC, and a WAV file. Right here on the left-hand side, you see all the different types of media. Under images, you can create folders. So let's say I want to create a new folder, and I'll give it a name that makes sense. So I'll call this will be for portrait images. Right here. So this is my new folder. If you're ready to upload your images, you would hit upload. Right here, you can drag and drop your files, or you can hit add file and then select them directly from the hard drive. It's easier for me to drag and drop, so let me do that. Once I'm ready, I can hit upload. Once the files are uploaded, you will see them here in your folder. If you switch to any other folder, the root folder, you'll be able to see everything in the subfolders. If you create a new folder, for instance here, and I'll call this new, you'll see that this one is empty. So you can upload your images here if they are different. You can do the same thing with videos. Right here, I already have one video. I'm going to upload another video. So let me do the same thing. I'll go to upload and I'll drag it here. You notice this video is 353 megabytes. It's quite large. I'm going to upload it. This might take a few minutes. Once uploaded, you'll see right here it says in process. That means the video is being encoded by the system. It is the same exact way you would upload your music, your dynamic contents. You can also have live feeds. All right, let's add a music file. I'll go to music. I'll upload. Very good. If you click on the file, you'll get a preview. And the same thing with videos. And images. Very good. Great. Now, the next step, let's take a look at our player. If you go under player, one more time, you see a list of all your players. These are all the different digital signs that you have under this account. In this specific account, for the purpose of this demo and training video, I have one digital sign. If you click on it, it will open the properties. Right here, you have the player name. You can change that. the type of player that I have, serial number, and the organization that this belongs to. If you have multiple organizations, then you can click here and you can select a different organization if you want to move this from one organization to another. Think of organizations as locations. So if you have multiple locations, you can move one screen from one location to another, or you can move the management of a specific screen from one team to another. Right here, you can set up the on and off time. And if you want to do that, you would have to make sure that you activate this screen. You would go over here and you will set it enabled. And you would say, I want to make sure that this is on, let's say from 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what? Let's make it 9 o'clock in the morning. And it will turn off at midnight. So every day from 9 to midnight, if I press OK here, that means every day from 9 to midnight. Every day from 9 a.m. to midnight, 23:59 or 11:59 p.m., the screen will be on. At exactly 12 o'clock, midnight, the screen will shut down. It will turn off. And this is great for screens that are in locations that are not operational 24/7. We don't need this, so I'm going to deactivate this. Download time. This is the time you want your programs and playlists to download to the screen. If you have good bandwidth, you don't have to worry about this. And a lot of different properties, including volume. You can adjust your volume between certain hours. Different parameters, language, you can select different languages depending on where you are. But in most cases, you won't have to make any changes over here. The other section under player is the monitor. If you go to monitor, it will show you a screen. It shows here the status that it's actually stopped. And if you click this arrow down, it will show you I have 0 files. There is nothing currently, 0 out of 0. 0 files are being played on that device. Hence, it's actually stopped. There is nothing playing. You have also the serial number of the screen, the type of player it is. You can have multiple screens connected together to be one big screen. Think of a video wall, the resolution, the name of the organization, your IP address, and so on, right? This is the last time it connected. So here, I'm recording this video on January 10th. It tells me that it connected for the last time at 10 p.m. Please keep in mind that most of the time that you see here around this platform is GMT. All right, now let's go and create our program. So if we go to program, the first section is template. This is where we're going to start. The system comes with pre-configured templates. To use an existing template, you just have to double click on it. And when it loads, it will show you the different sections in this template. In this specific template, I have 2 different zones. I have a video zone, and if you click on it, it will highlight it. You'll see the dots over here. So that's the video zone. I also have a background. So this is simply, everything here is a background. And we've added a video zone on top. So now if I'm ready to use this, what I can do is I would save and use. I will press save and use. And that will take me to the playlist section. In the playlist section, you will see your template again. You will see right here the name of the playlist. Let's give this a meaningful name or something that would remind us what this is for. I'll call this test 1. Right? Right here on the left-hand side, you'll see all the different media types that we have. And at the bottom, you will see the different sections that we have, the zones. We have the background, which is the image already selected. If you click here, you can delete it and you can upload something else. To upload your video, you can click on the video section, or you can simply click on the second tab. I will go to my videos right here, and I will select this video. I'll drag it down here. While this video is selected, I can go here to the edit section. You see here the duration. This is how long the media content is supposed to play for. For videos, this doesn't really matter because it will continue to play the video, the entirety of the video. The fill effect. How do you want the content to fit in that section that we have? So if you look back here, you see the section that we created, this zone we created for the video. How do we want the video to be here? Do you want it to fill that entire space? That means if the video doesn't fit there exactly, it would stretch the video to fill that entire space. So I'll leave it as is. The other option is to scale, right? If you scale it, that means the proportions of the video will stay consistent. If you have multiple media files playing in this area, you can select how you want the transition to look. So these are different transitions. If you click on each one of them, I'll show you exactly what it's going to look like. So this is when it moves from one slide, from one media content to the next one, right? You can select the ones that you want, or you can simply select random. And that means the system is going to select something at random every time a slide is changing or a media content is changing. And I will hit OK. Let's just add another piece of media over here. I will take this. I'll add it here. And for that, I will do the same thing. I'll go to edit. This is actually an image. So I want it to play for 15 seconds. So I'll click here on seconds, select 15. I don't want it to fill that entire space. I want it to be scaled. So let's scale it. I'll leave it as random. Okay. Now, if I go to quick preview, it will show me what the final product is going to look like, what this playlist is going to look like once it's published. That's what it's going to look like. Very good. Actual view is another preview. You can continue to edit the template. That will take you back to the template page. Save, save as, and publish. When you press save, it will ask you, what do you want to do once this playlist is saved? I want to be able to publish this directly. So I'm going to click here, and that will take me to the next screen, which is the publishing screen. I'll make sure that I select my playlist. Here at the bottom, I want my mode. I want it to be looping. It'll always be looping. So that means if the playlist is done and there are multiple playlists, it will play them in order, and then it will loop. It will go back to the very beginning and start playing the playlist number 1. I want this playlist to expire in about a month from today. So I'll leave it as February 9th, 2024. Publish strategy, I want it to be additional, which means it's going to add this playlist to the existing playlist and the content already on the screen. If I want to override what's there, I will do override. Publish time. When do I want to publish it? I want it to be immediate, or you can schedule it for some time in the future. Let's say you have something, a promotion that starts in a week, then you would select the exact date, the time that you want it to be published. But in this case, I want it to be immediate. Once ready, I'll go press next. Right here, you will see a list of all the different organizations that you have access to. I have only one under this account. All the different players, we have only one player. So I'll select that, and then I'll select it here one more time. This is the list of the players. So I'll select our only player, our only digital sign, and once ready, I'll publish. Now it will take you directly into the publish area. It gives your media content that you just published. It'll give it an ID automatically. It'll give you the name of the program, when it will be published, the time it was published, and the status if there are any issues. If you click here, it will show you all the players that it's playing on. I'll close. Now, if I go to my player, I go to monitor. it will show me that it's all green. So I had 3 media content. That's the background, the video, and the image. All of them were sent to the player 100%. And the player should be playing now. Let's go check. All right, let's get back to our templates. So if you look here at the bottom, this is the number of templates showing. I'm going to increase it to 500 so I can see everything that's already in the system. You can double click on any of these templates and you can modify them. For instance, here's another one. We double click here. You can see the background. You'll see it's the same idea, and here it has a logo. You can save it to go back, or you can save and use if you want to use that template. I'll hit X to go back to the main list. What if you don't see what you like here and you want to create your own template? Easy, and that's what we're going to do next. Let's go to New. You want to give it a name. So this, we'll call this portrait. And you would pick your resolution here. So 1920 by 1080, it's always the width and then the height. The screen that we're using right now for testing is a portrait screen, which means the height is longer than the width. So here I would select 1080 by 1920, which makes it full HD high definition. You can put some remarks. Let's see what we want to do. Let's put a background. All right, it's asking us to select the background. Again, I'm going to increase the number of assets that I see on the screen. All right, this is everything we have. So I'm trying to select an image that would work for the background, but I don't have any. So what I need to do now, I'm going to upload something else. So I'll go upload here. And I'll go to my hard drive, drag and drop the files I want to use as background, the content I want to use as background. So I'm going to use this. Let's upload it. Done. I'll select it. This is now my background. Very nice. All right. So it makes a lot of sense to put our content, the rotating content, somewhere over here. And I want to put the logo somewhere in the bottom right here. So let's start with that. So let's start with the logo. So I'll select logo. Here's the CloudPixel logo. Okay, by default it puts it here. I'm going to stretch it so it looks fine. I'm going to drag it and put it here. I think it's a little bit too dark. You know what, maybe I'll leave it what it was, or maybe move it here to the right hand side. Very good. All right, I think it looks okay right there. What I want to do here now, I want to put some content inside this frame. So I'm going to go to video. I'll select my video. And this will be my video zone. And I want to add a couple of other things. So let me add let me add the date. And I want to put the date maybe here. Or you know what? So we can put the date, but instead I'm going to put the time. I'm going to delete this. I clicked on the X. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes, I want to delete it. I'm going to put the time. Let's do the time over here. This looks good. Let's make it a little bit larger. So here I'll select the font size. And from the font size, let's do 90. Let's see how that looks. Okay, big enough. Anyone can see it. I can also change the color. I think white works fine with this background. Let's try black, and black looks, I think it's a little bit too dark. All right, let's go back to white. And there are different styles. So this is style number 1, style number 2. Style number 2 removes the seconds. Style 3 gives you the PM. Then style 4 is same thing, but with the seconds. All right, so I'm going to go back to style number 1. I like that one. So you can see the seconds as the second changes. All right, so this is good. Let's also add another component. What I want to do is let's lift this up a little bit. We'll put it here. And I'm going to put a scrolling text bar right here. I'll put it here. And I'll stretch it. I think this is ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. Very good. And let's use it. I'll hit save and use. So now we're ready to put content in there. All right. This zone where we put our video, you can drop images, you can drop music. The video zone can actually handle a lot of different kinds of media types. So let's drop some images in here. I like all of these images. I'll grab these. I'll go to the video section. I'll drag them here. Let's drag everything. Let's take these two as well. All right, that's good. Now I'm going to select all. And I will edit. I will scale it. I want the duration, each one of these slides, to stay for 15 seconds. Okay, good. Now we need to put some kind of text down here. All right, so let's populate that. Let's go to text, and then we can add our text here. All right, so let's paste our text here. Very good. Let's adjust the size. I want the size to be 60. I think that should be large enough. Background transparency, I'll make that 50% so you can still see the background. It's not really fully transparent. I like the speed to be actually fast. And I want the text to scroll from right to left, right? Because all this is in English. The font color is going to be in white. The background is going to be black. So I think that would look good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this playlist a name. So let's call this test playlist 2. Right. I'm going to save. All right. I'm just going to continue working on this. Let's preview it. Let's see what it looks like before we actually send it to the screen. All right, I don't really like the black space. So let's see what happens if we stretch the images. Right, so I'm gonna go back to my video zone. I'll select all of the content that we got in there, edit, and I'll say, you know what, let's scale it. Let's see how that's gonna look. Okay, let's preview one more time. Not much difference. All right, let's see how it's gonna look in the on the screen itself. So this is good. I'm gonna save. Let's try to publish. So when I save, it's gonna prompt me again if I want to publish it. I'll say yes. Let's publish that. I'll select it. I want it to loop. That'll be good for 30 days. Add. Immediately add it to the screen. Next, I'll select the only screen that we have here under this account. I'll publish. Okay. Let's check the status. I'll go to monitor. This is playing. Now it's sending the new content. All right, 10 out of 13. Very good. Done. Now let's go take a look at the screen. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, you know what else we should do? For testing purposes, let's delete what's already running on the screen itself. I'm going to go to Program. I'm going to look at what's been published, right? So this is our new playlist. And if you look at the date and time, you'll see that this was published way after, the day after, pretty much. So I'm going to delete what we published the day before. I would select it, go to clear. Yes.